Hey guys, Gaming Off the Grid here. 2019 has been an amazing year for video games. What's in store for 2020? We think 2020 is going to be the year of the remake. What are we drinking today?
Today we're drinking Holidotz by Toppling Goliath. It's a cranberry-styled lager.
Alright, you know the drill. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring that bell icon so you never miss an upload. And sit back, relax, pour yourself a holiday beer if you care to, and let's talk about why 2020 is set up to be the year of the remake.
Welcome to Gaming Off the Grid! Boom shakalaka!
Alright, here we go. 2020 is upon us. In today's episode, we are going to rub our crystal ball and tell you what we think is in store for gamers in 2020. We think it is going to be the year of the remake.
Yes, 2019 was incredible. There were so many amazing remakes that came out, and I think it inspired a lot of game companies to be like, man, these remakes are doing great. Let's revive some of our old series and shed light on them and show them to a new audience. I think with the success of like the Resident Evil 2 remake, the Spyro Trilogy remake, the Crash remake, everyone is like freaking out. Those remakes did incredible. Those games are incredible. Companies are trying to get the remakes out because it's the new hot thing right now.
It is. It's kind of, we've said it before, the video game industry is kind of going the way of Hollywood with these remakes. Now, depending on where you stand on this issue, some people are like, we want new ideas, we want new games. So there's that vantage point, and I get that. I totally do. But at the same time, I like when retro games or older games get introduced to a new audience that otherwise probably wouldn't play games like Panzer Dragoon. So there we go. Let's start with the games we know are more than likely, unless there's a delay, gonna fall in our laps in 2020.
Yes, the Panzer Dragoon remake is coming. I don't know if there's a date yet, but hopefully it is coming out in 2020. And I'm so excited for 1 and 2 to come out because that's a game that I haven't spent much time on. It's really pricey to get. What is it for, the Dreamcast?
No, I think, no, the Saturn. It's a Saturn game.
It's a Saturn game. Yeah. I don't think a lot of people have played it. It hasn't been in front of a lot of people, and I think like this remake coming out for the Nintendo Switch, I believe, is going to be awesome. I think it's going to shine some amazing light on a sweet game.
Yeah, and you know, we've played Panzer Dragoon Orta quite a bit on the Xbox, but these games are beautiful, and the early renderings that we've seen of this game are just gorgeous. And I think you're right. I think it's a Switch exclusive, and it's going to be really cool to see how this game, you know, stands up compared to its predecessor, because I hope they don't lose the aura and the feel of those games. Is it going to be too bright? Is it going to lose that mystique that those games had? Nonetheless, we're really freaking excited about this one.
Super jacked up.
So the next one we're excited about, we've actually done an episode on, is a series that is kind of the bricks that laid the foundation of this channel. House of the Dead 1 and 2.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so this isn't 100% confirmed, but House of the Dead 1 and 2, I think they're working on a remake for the Nintendo Switch. I don't know how it's going to work. We did a full episode on that, but like light guns on the Switch, I don't know how it's going to work. But I'm super excited because those games are sweet. A lot of people aren't going to go back and play them because, you know, the graphics aren't the greatest and they're really cheesy. The voice acting's terrible, but that's why we love them. And I hope they don't touch the voice acting because that's my favorite part. But dude, shining light on House of the Dead and like bringing it to a new audience is going to be so sweet because we love those games.
Yeah, and light gun games, I guess it's the big question. One, we don't know for sure what console it's going to be on. Is it going to be like a VR type of experience? Is it going to be on the Switch? How are they going to pull the guns off? Nobody at this point really knows, but it is something to be very excited about because it's one of our favorite series of all time. So moving on, we're pretty certain, if not in 2020, coming down the pipe relatively soon, we're going to see a remake of Resident Evil 3, which is awesome because 2 was so damn good. Possibly, we'll see how it shakes out in our final year-end episode, but that is one of our favorite games of 2019.
Dude, Resident Evil 2 Remake was incredible. They did it justice. It is, they kept it hard, they kept it super tough, but like they updated the graphics. It is incredible, and I think if they made a Res 3 remake that's just as good or better than the Resident Evil 2 remake, oh my gosh, it would do incredible.
I think Capcom really set the bar for how remakes are to be done, so it's going to be awesome to see what they do with Resident Evil 3. Again, it's not 100% confirmed, I don't believe, but there's strong rumors that this is in production right now.
And speaking of rumors, this is just a rumor currently, but my fingers are crossed. There is rumors of Tony Hawk 1 and 2 being remade, re-released, hopefully in 2020. Activision's working on it. I don't know if they're gonna do it, and if they do it, are they gonna do it right? I don't know, because those games have such a special place in my heart. The soundtracks, everything about it. I'm excited, but I'm nervous, and it could be awesome.
Well, we've got strong evidence that they are at least messing with these games behind the scenes. And this speaks to what you said earlier in the filming of this episode of companies are scrambling to remake games because it's the hype right now.
It's the hype right now. They're like, oh, what can we remake?
Yeah, exactly. So you got to think Activision's like, holy hell, the licensing, the songs, but they want to get it out and they want to do it. I think if they do this and pull it off well, this could be groundbreaking.
It could rebrand the Tony Hawk series because the new Tony Hawk games aren't very good. They were going downhill.
They were, and I also look at the fact that if they can buff out all the licensing for this game, the skaters, the apparel, the songs, if they can do that, what does that then propel other game companies to do? I always look at the cause and the effect. So if you can remake Tony Hawk, why the hell can't you get the licensing to remake an NBA Jam or an NFL Blitz? If they can do that, that means that it can be done. And so I just want to see what parlays out of that. There's so many games like an updated WrestleFest, all these classic games that are rendered almost unapproachable because of licensing issues. Yeah. It's like, man, if Activision can wrangle all this and get it done, then there's no excuse. Yeah. Other companies should be able to get it done as well.
And I know that this game series isn't that old, but how awesome would it be if they remade Guitar Hero 1, 2, and 3, kept the same songs, just updated it, made it better, because the new Guitar Hero Live isn't very good. I didn't like it, but those original ones are awesome. I know it's not as old and people are like, dude, they're still playable. I know, I still play them, but it would just be cool.
A lot of stuff we talk about on here isn't for people like us. Not a lot of people have 4 PS2 guitars and every Guitar Hero game on their game shelf. Yeah. We're talking about how could that game be brought to the modern audience.
Yes, and shine new light.
Yep.
And speaking of that, Final Fantasy VII.
This one's going to be huge. I know a lot of people are waiting for this game. Final Fantasy VII is the only one that I ever went head over heels for. I put it in that category of games that you've got one in you in a lifetime. Now, I know there's somebody out there saying, well, I beat all of them. I'm glad you have that kind of time. Good for you. But once I got through Final Fantasy VII, I dabbled in 8 and I dabbled in, I can't remember if it was 12 maybe. Nonetheless, I don't have time to go through one of these games again. I probably won't play this game, but I will strongly push you to play it because I do think it's one of those groundbreaking games you just need to play, and I would love to kind of at least dabble with the remake and see how they did.
Now, I think we should talk about our wants.
Yeah, so we've discussed what we are pretty sure is going to happen in 2020, or there's a really good chance. Res 3, House of the Dead 1 and 2, Panzer Dragoon, Final Fantasy VII, and possibly Tony Hawk.
Fingers crossed.
Now, please listen, game companies. These games need touched. They need a spit shine, and if we're doing the remake thing, let's get a new Silent Hill.
Yeah, Konami, please. Resident Evil 2 is a great example. If you do it anything close to Resident Evil 2, I honestly think Silent Hill is better than the Resident Evil games.
That's a hot take, and I'm not going to argue with you.
With the remakes of Resident Evil 2, it's up here now. So, Konami, work on it. You could release it for Halloween next year. It would be incredible.
If they do it right, I mean, Silent Hill 2 is one of my favorite games ever. And I love that you said, you think it's better than Resident Evil. It's a hot take, but you know what? It doesn't matter when you're sitting on a cool throne.
Ooh, yeah.
I think that would be groundbreaking. And you know what? It's the shot in the arm of any company that needs to get its fan base believing again. Is Konami.
Yes, they've been struggling lately.
We've got good friends that work for that company, and they've always been great to us. We love the folks over at Konami, but they need something like this. They need a home run.
Yeah, if they released this, man, they would have a surge. They would have people believing in them again, and it would be awesome.
Yep.
And then they could go back and make like a remake of Zombies Ate My Neighbors or old school Konami shooters, or I don't know. Silent Hill. Please.
And again, this is all here. This is not to start rumors because this is just us telling you what we hope happens. The next one, DINO Crisis.
This one might be true because there is a fan remake currently in the process. I know it's not 100% real because it's a fan remake, but from what I've seen, it could be really great.
And obviously Capcom's got the nostalgia running through their veins. Floating through the veins! Because they are doing the Resident Evil game, so a little DINO Crisis? That is another franchise kind of like Silent Hill that I don't think modern gamers really remember. Those of you who are collectors and old dogs like us, you know about DINO Crisis, but does the new 10, 11, 12-year-old kid playing a Switch, does he know anything about DINO Crisis?
I don't think so. He's going to be like, DINO Crisis, what's that?
That's why we need a remake.
And speaking of remakes, I want this so bad, and I think Nintendo has been teasing at this. Banjo Kazooie. They just released the character for Smash. Man, if Nintendo remade Banjo Kazooie for the Switch, it would be insane. I know that game still holds up. That game is still incredible on the 64, but most kids nowadays, they pick up 64 controller, they're gonna be like,
how do you hold it?
what?
Yeah.
They're not gonna be able to play it. If you remade it, it's a great game for families, it's a great kid game, it's a great game for me. Make it for me, please. It would just be awesome.
And I think Nintendo is slowly rebuilding those bridges.
Yes.
You know, they've got some stuff going with Microsoft, obviously getting the character into Smash, that's the first step. And I think if Microsoft and Rare are smart, they've got to know that those games, okay, if you put out Banjo-Kazooie and it's on Xbox One or Xbox Scarlet, whatever the hell the new one's going to be called, it's not going to do as well as if you put that on a Nintendo console.
Yes.
Swallow your pride and put it where it's going to get you the most money and the most sales and in the most gamers' hands. The average Xbox One gamer could give two shits about Banjo-Kazooie. But the Nintendo Switch owner, holy hell, that's a wet dream waiting to happen.
Yes.
So, that's an awesome want.
I know. It might be a stretch, but I have a feeling Nintendo, you know, they like to play it slow. I think they might be working on it, or they're thinking about it.
All right.
I don't know.
This is a lot of fun to talk about. 2020 is going to be a great year. If you know, the ones we know about just come out, it's going to be awesome.
It's going to be incredible.
And if we get any of these other ones that are kind of on the fence to pop in, boom! It's gonna be the year of the remake, dude. Speaking of dudes, what do you think of this beer, brother?
Oh, Holidotz by Toppling Goliath. Toppling Goliath is one of my favorite breweries of all time, and this beer, I was nervous because it's a lager. I'm not a fan of just simple beers. It's a cranberry lager, but it's Toppling Goliath, so I had high hopes, and this is really good. This is a simple cranberry lager. It's what it says it is, but it has lots of good flavor.
Yep.
It kind of reminds me of a sour.
It does,
but
a
it's
little.
not as tart. So I think people that don't like sours, you would still enjoy this. It has that good cranberry taste. It is really good for being a lager. And this is a great beer.
Absolutely. I'm kind of surprised with how mild it is being a Toppling Goliath beer.
Yeah.
But this is very drinkable, and I'm a little under the weather, so it's still dancing on my taste buds, and I don't quite have my nose working for me right now. I really enjoy this. It's a really good holiday beer. I think this is a great beer that you could buy and have the family over, and most everybody, if they like drinking, will enjoy this beer.
I think it's a great family beer.
I think if you've got that, you know, old curmudgeon in your family that's like, I don't drink that craft bullshit, they still might like this brew. So this is a really good one.
Toppling Goliath, you did a great job, and you're still my favorite.
Yeah. Ooh, somebody's got a crush.
I do.
Anyways, 2020, it's right here, man. I'm looking forward to a lot of things.
Yes.
Seeing where the channel goes and all that stuff, but I'm really looking forward to seeing these remakes come to fruition. And I know that one of these ones that were hypotheticals are gonna sneak through. I just know it.
I hope so.
And I'm excited to cover each and every one of them.
Yeah.
In the comment section below, let us know, of the remakes we talked about today, which one do you want to see the most? Do you think 2020 is gonna be the year of the remake? Yeah. We always appreciate you tuning in and subscribing to the channel. Keep gaming, keep drinking. We'll see you next time right here on Gaming Off the Grid. I think we got it.
I think we got it. That's pretty good.
It's in the can.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, don't fart when I go downstairs.
That should be the name of a song. Dude, don't fart when I go downstairs.
2019 is coming to a close, which means 2020 is right around the corner. Yep. Yep, it is. It sure is. Woo! What are we drinking today?
Today we're drinking Holidotz by Holidotz?
Dude, it sounds like you have a problem.
I do have a problem.
You have a Houston. And sit back, relax, pour yourself a holiday beer if you care to, and let's talk...
We were there.
We were there, man.
We were there.
We were there. I was there, man.